podcast, 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 Will It Be Podcast, Will It Be Podcast, Will It Be Podcast, Will It Be Podcast, yeah! Yo, this is your boy Willie P from the Willie P Podcast, talking all things art, all things music. Hope you enjoy.
Hey y'all, we actually got a couple of people on the podcast this week. Bass player and a drummer, just like me. It's very cool. They're a sick punk band from Melbourne. They have a record out. Links in the description. It's gonna be sick. And I should also add, they're called Iliterasy, but it's not actually spelt like it's normally spelled. So I'm going to tell you the spelling right now, and you have to write it down right now. It's Iliterasy. Sick. Check them out. Sick record, sick artwork, super dope. Enjoy.
All right. Well, yeah. Welcome to the Willie P Podcast.
What's going on?
So yeah, like, how did you guys like become a band and stuff? Like, how did everything start?
Well, pretty much the whole entire process of the band started around the 2015 mark. The original lineup consisted of, long friends of ours. Joe Satrodil originally on drums, another guy on bass, and our current singer Braden. So around maybe 2018, Joe Sat was ready to go to uni and leave the band, and they needed a new drummer. And at the time I was doing Deb with my current girlfriend, and I met Declan, the bass player before Fraser. And he straight up asked me, he goes, "Hey man, I heard you're a drummer, and do you want to, come down and have a jam with us one day?" I go, "Yeah, sure, why not, man?" So we all rocked up to Joe Sat's house, and Joe Sat decided he was going to play lead guitar that day, and yeah, it started from there. And then ever since we started off as a three-piece for a bit, and then we started obviously recording the album, and we needed that extra guitarist. So, because Joe Sat left to do university work, I remembered, hang on, Ben plays guitar.
Yeah.
Fraser and I have been playing in our cover band Appendix for fucking God knows how long. And I decided, hey, I'll ask Ben. I asked him, and he was pretty keen to do it. And yeah, so ever since then, we've been a four-piece.
Album, by the way. Link in description, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you very much. One thing we need to clear up as well. It's illiteracy spelt wrong, but right. So we need to. We've been advised by our management, i.e., our singer, that we need to instruct people how to spell
it
the
wrong?
name.
Shit, I probably.
We need to advise people how to spell the name correctly.
Correctly,
Okay.
yeah.
Gotcha.
It's a big issue.
Very big issue. So it's Iliterasy.
Iliterasy.
Terasy.
Gotcha.
Very important.
Well, what brought that about? Is there a reason it's like spelled wrong, or is it just like looks cooler as a logo?
Well, from what I've heard, because the original name of the band was called Bliss originally.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And when the old bass player left, he who shall not be named, when the old bass player left or was kicked out, Declan and Braden decided that, all right, we need a new rebrand. Let's call it Illiteracy. We'll spell it wrong because, the last guy left such a sour taste in our mouths, and it was a bit illiterate. So let's just change the name. Spell it wrong incorrectly. Cool. Spell it wrong.
That's mad. I suppose it's kind of good
history.
spelled wrong too, because everyone will be like, "Oh, that's spelled wrong," and then they'll be like think about it. That's neat.
Yeah. They'll look at the literacy and they'll go, "Okay, well, spell it right," and then we're gonna spell it wrong. You have to spell it wrong, and then they'll spell it wrong, and then we're like, "No, you have to spell it wrong this way."
Spell it as wrong as you think, and then we'll correct you afterwards.
Yeah, something like that.
That's awesome. Did you guys have like similar tastes in music and stuff, like when you I guess when you were like all kind of started, or like everyone started joining the band? Like, was everyone like, all right, like we're all kind of into punk rock, or was anyone like?
Well, because Fraser and I had been playing in a cover band for a while, so all the stuff we used to play was like 70s rock and hard rock, Aussie rock, all that
I
stuff.
noticed you're wearing a Led Zeppelin t-shirt right now.
Yeah, cheers, man, cheers.
Nice.
That's another thing as well. Fraser and I are very Zeppelin, so John Bonham, John Paul Jones influenced. When I joined, when I was asked to join Illiteracy, at that stage I'd already started dabbling within, metal and thrash and a little bit of hardcore punk here and there, and so when I joined, we gelled very well. I think that was like one of the key things is that we can gel together and make music and get along and like the music. Like we all like our own in our own like spare time we'll listen to Fraser and I listen to our Led Zeppelin, Frank Zappa, our like classic stuff, and Braden will go and listen to his Boney M and his disco stuff, and Ben will listen to his country. So we're all very diverse, but at the end of the day we all came together, and we're there for one reason, is to make punk rock and hardcore.
I think part of the reason I was able to enter so smoothly later than the rest of the guys is from Lachlan, Ben, and myself playing in the cover band for so long. So I already knew those guys right off the bat. So we know how each other play.
Were you into similar music as well, like more metal stuff at the time, or were you kind of like more of a punk guy? I go in patches. I listen to things in patches, and then I move on to the next genre. But when it comes to punk, cannot get enough of it. We love it. Yeah, that's awesome.
100%.
That's awesome. No, sick. Do you guys have any goals as a band? I know it's kind of hard now in COVID, having goals to do anything. But I guess afterwards, is there any stuff you guys are keen to do or?
Well, for starters, we're keen to play shows again. Whether we're playing in front of 2 people, 3 people, or 1 million people, we're just keen to get back on stage and play house shows, club shows, pub shows, whatever.
Keen to have my first yet to play live with the boys. So looking forward to that.
Man.
He's yet to play live with us.
Oh, dude.
Not only that, he's especially at practice. He's just he's fucking amazing. All my love, and I'm glad that as well as a mutual decision, even with Declan, when he decided to leave, he even brought up Fraser's name as well. He goes, maybe you should get Fraser to replace me, and then we decided, all right, well, if that's a suggestion that he's given us, then maybe we should tee up with him. And then so at practice he's really into it, and we review him and all that shit, and
oh dude,
everyone cops it.
Oh yeah, man. I miss that adrenaline rush so bad.
Oh, dude, it was amazing. What was the last place you guys played? Lazy Lips.
Good question. Shoot. I think I'm gonna say St. Kilda Fest, but I'm probably wrong actually. I think sorry, it was the Bendigo Hotel. I think it was a weekend session.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, but
love the bendy.
Oh yeah,
we love the bendy.
We played an afternoon thing. That was kind of cool. But
beautiful.
Man, if I had known that was gonna be our last show,
dude,
I would I don't know, prepared for it a bit more or something.
Our last show was at the Bendy as well.
Sick.
And we had another 2 shows lined up after that, and when COVID,
big time.
it was the biggest stitch up ever. When COVID was about to this is when COVID was just coming in, to destroy everything, and it was actually we had to cancel our gigs the same night I messaged you about Private Function.
Oh shit!
About going on a Private Function, the night that we were talking to each other because you asked us if we could do a opening slot for some other band. I said, and I had to tell you, oh, sorry, man, we're all going to Private Function that night.
That's so funny you said that, because literally that band had to I think that was their album launch or EP launch, and they had to get it canned as well last minute. I was like, oh no.
It's the worst feeling. We were very lucky that we had the chance to play at the Bendigo when we did. I as much as that show is to a lot of our fans, it's a notorious show. A lot of shit went down in that show.
It's a bit of a mess.
It was a fucking mess from the start. as much as it was a mess, like we did love that. We sort of took it for granted in that sense, like, it's one of those shows, it's not going to go well, it's not playing well, but had we known if it was our last show, we would have put a little bit extra into it. We'd have put an extra 110% into it. We were really doing 100% flat stick.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But yeah.
Was it sort of like the vibe was a bit bad, or were you guys maybe like feeling a bit?
Oh no, it's a whole saga, really. Let's just say
at the organisational level.
The level of organisation for that show was just appalling. It
was from the top and just downwards. Everyone got fucked over.
Like at the start, like to be fair, we sort of walked into this. Like our manager, our manager called me and said, "Look, I got a proposition for you guys. I could possibly get you guys a headlining slot." I go, "Okay, cool. Whereabouts?" She goes, "Oh, Bendigo Hotel." I go, "Beautiful. Well, I know the Bendigo Hotel very well." She goes, "All right." So I asked her who's going to be on the bills, and at the time, it was I can't remember Blue. I can't remember who they were called. There was some psychedelic rock band.
Yep. Yes.
There was them. It was a thrash band called Fish Lizard from Frankston. I highly recommend people listen to him if they're into thrash.
Plug them in the description. Yeah,
100%. Like Fish Lizard, they're in a league of their own. Like,
they were good. They were very good. Yeah.
Like, mate, yeah, very good. And then there was the organisers band, who I won't name, but we'll call it Overly Zealous Parent.
Okay.
Overly Zealous Female Parent is what we'll call them. And we'll call the organizer Karen, because
Karen or Sharon?
Don't want to get sued. Yeah, she's a Karen.
Either all works.
Either all
Sharon
works.
seems to have a bit of a bad rep these days.
Oh man, it's like
I knew it was going to be a disaster when the organizer showed up and came up to me thinking I was the lead singer for one of the bands playing. I knew, that's when I knew that she had no idea what was going on.
It was fucked, man.
And she's like, "You're the singer for Iliterasy, right? You're playing tonight." I'm like, "No, you got the wrong person."
Oh no!
It was messed up. Like, it was like, she was late as well. Like, I was the first one there, for load-in, and it was just, for the 2 weeks leading up to it, I was just dreading it. And I remember just sitting down and talking to Braden, and I was reading the messages that was going back and forth from me and Karen, about the gig and everything, and we're just sitting there and we're like, what the fuck are we doing, man? Like, we shouldn't be doing this, dude. We should let our manager handle this stuff, So, but anyway, apart from the absolute shit show that she put on and she organised, it was probably one of the best experiences we ever had, headlining, and everyone was there. A lot of the other people were there to watch us, and, walked in there with a few fans and walked out the whole pub, including the manager. So
that's awesome. No, that's sick.
Yeah.
No, that's cool. Oh, that's so great. I've had a few, and not there's anything wrong with the Bendigo that I've had an experience with, but definitely had a few unorganized stuff there. I remember we played.
Yeah.
And it wasn't anyone's fault. It was just a miscommunication. But we played because they have their main stage, and then there's the back corner which has got it's a little mini stage, and there's some couches and stuff around.
Yeah. Whether the pinball machine and all that is.
Yeah.
The back part.
Their Sunday session things. I thought it was gonna be we'd kind of have a sound person and stuff, but I ended up setting up a little PA for us and doing all the sound and set everything up, and I was oh, I was just kind of stressed. I was oh fuck, I didn't realize I was going to be doing this as well. And I think they might have been expecting a bit of a chiller band, but because both of my bands are kind of hard.
Yeah. You guys go pretty fucking hard, man. I will admit myself.
Thanks,
fucking laser list.
Thanks, dude. And it worked out. It was a good gig, but I was ooh. but that was cool. Did you guys have to I guess change your your styles kind of coming in as well, with your playing and stuff when you guys both started the band? Because I guess you're especially you were a bit a metal guy. Were you I'm gonna have to learn
Well-
more punk stuff, or yeah?
Hang on. Well, so from when I joined the band in 2018, I was in and out of a thrash band that I'm back in now. There was a lot of shit that happened behind the scenes that I get into, but like at the end of the day, we're all still mates and everything. So I went from playing extreme thrash metal, like double kick, all this other shit, and then I ended up getting tendonitis in my right leg, so I wasn't able to play fast on the double kick anymore.
Oh fuck!
All right.
Oh, no.
So at that time, I was in that band. I was still in Appendix, because Appendix is probably one of the longest lasting bands that
Yeah.
started in year 8 and still going strong today.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Appendix has done everything. Like there was a point where it was a hardcore band, and it was 70s covers. It's just
Damn.
it's a chameleon. It just changes.
Yeah, exactly. It adapts. We adapt to the environment.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like I went from like that. So I'm like, oh fuck. Now, thank God it came. Thank God I ended up getting it when the band was just on hiatus. It was just dead for a while.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, well, at least I've got Appendix now, so I can sort of just play the stuff that I grew up listening to.
Yeah.
So we started doing that, and then when I learnt, then I got asked. Beforehand, Fraser, we had experience like playing punk, like as Appendix. We had like experience playing punk where instead of I was playing drums, our guitarist Nash was playing drums, and I was playing guitar and singing.
Yeah.
But playing punk on drums in a band, it was a new experience. Like it was the first time for everything,
Yeah.
So joining the band, I'm like, okay, well, I get my head around the songs because the first 3 songs that they had were Heartbeat, G.I. Joe, and Brain Damage.
Oh, sick.
So those 3 songs, and obviously they're not extremely fast apart from Brain Damage, what it is now on the album. But back then it was punky. It's like Sex Pistols sort of speed. So I was used to it, I was used to it. And then it wasn't until, until Fraser and Ben joined the band, where we started going up in our game and going, all right, we're going to full overdrive now.
Fast time now.
All of our material from now on is going to have to be. So our whole new, like everything that comes out from now on is just going to be hard, fast, and just fucking over aggressive.
Yeah.
So we've sort of, and it's cool as well. Like we've adapted slowly. It's not like we went from playing jazz straight to fucking thrash metal. Like it wasn't such a big leap. Which was good at least. We did it at our own pace.
That's awesome.
But so I don't know about Fraser much because
I was gonna say, Fraser, do you come from like a metal background as well, or were you kind of like doing the punk stuff?
A little bit of metal here and there, but mostly I love my punk rock. But what we were doing in Appendix was very it was not complicated. Most of the songs we played were classics and all that kind of stuff. But I found coming into Iliterasy, I actually had to think less. Just because it was punk, just keep it simple. It doesn't need to be complex. It just needs to be something you can sit there and you can bob along to, and you can smash into people, and it's different. It's a whole different mindset than playing those classic covers. I feel like with the covers, you feel like you have to respect them and like pay your respects to the band that you grew up with listening to. But when it comes to our own music, it's like who cares? We're there to agitate people. We're there to get people moving. So that's the idea.
That's awesome. I was gonna say too, like, what your creative process is like as a band. Like, do you guys like kind of just get in a room and do it, or like does someone come with like a riff or like a beat and everyone just kind of rocks out to it?
Bit of both. It's at the moment especially at the moment it's a whole lot of the someone comes up with an idea, but even beforehand, like when we went to go record the Bundy EP, probably I think it was on the 5th of October, because at the time, because we released the album on September 20th, and we had already plans to go in to record another EP, and the Bundy EP ended up being 3 covers, right? And I remember it was October 3rd. I got the news that my grandmother had died, and I went, oh, fuck. And I was just, I didn't want to sort of like go into this sort of like, it's good to be sad. I didn't want to be in a depressed slump and not do anything and not be productive. So we decided, all right, on October 4th, the next day after she died, I'll go visit, I'll go see the family, go see my dad, see how he's doing and everything, and then I'll shoot off to RMIT and record this album. So as we were recording the album, it's just everything started like, obviously, you know, you're high in emotions, right? So you don't know what to feel anymore. You don't know. You can be in a happy mood one minute, and the next minute you want to, you know, cave someone's face in. So when we, you know, after that, we decided, okay, well, fuck. Braden gave me the option to step back for a bit, like, you know, just we'll take it slow and everything. But like I said, I didn't want to fall into that slump, so I said, nah, fuck it. You two are coming over, and we're gonna sit down and we're gonna write music. And from that day, like on, it's just been like, you know, I'll write a riff, and then Braden will write lyrics, or Declan used to write lyrics. Like Declan was one of the best lyricists in the world. Like he was fucking insane. Like you could give him a riff, and within 3 minutes, bang, song. Like he's awesome. Insane.
Yeah, that's.
But yeah, like with the material like writing now, like say Fraser will give me a set of lyrics, and I go, all right, I don't know what the fuck to do with these lyrics. I'll give them to Ben, and Ben will write a riff, and then Braden will go, okay, I'll add this into it, and then, you know. But even at practice, like I think it was, I can't remember what song it was. I think it might have been Tyrants or something.
Yeah.
I played the riff once, and then Braden looks at me and goes, yeah, right, that sounds good. Let's jam it. So I showed him, and then we just continued from there. So yeah, it's a bit of both, really.
Yeah. So. Yeah, that's cool. Do you think being in an emotional state helped write the songs more, or like kind of, I don't know, I guess improved your creativity, or even like, I don't know, I guess made it more emotional, like playing drums? Like, do you think you could have came up with like the same
100%.
Stuff, like,
Yeah, well, 100%. Even with like the material that we're writing now, it's a lot like the message behind the material, you know, we're hoping to release soon. Is that when we got together, you know, again, I think, oh God, when did you join the band, Fraser? March?
March, yeah.
March. So we got around together right after Fraser joined the band, and, you know, we all sat down and said, right, here's the deal. You know, Hades Equal was good. Hades Equal was all right. That was a shitty process. Like the whole process of that album cycle was just absolutely fucking mind-boggling.
Yeah. So it's pretty hard to write it out and stuff.
It wasn't really writing. It was like the recording and the mixing and all that. Like producing the thing was a bitch. Like, you know, it was painful. So we did that, and so we sat Fraser down, we sat Ben down, all of us sat together, and we discussed, all right, well, obviously, all this shit has happened.
That's my dog. One sec. Yeah, we're talking about, the creative
the writing
stuff. And,
so then we're like the emotional state thing, and obviously all this shit had happened, you know, from, you know, Braden going through a, you know, pretty fucking ugly breakup. Well, that was fucking ugly, and that was a different. That's a different story for a whole another eon, man.
Next podcast, guys.
Yeah, that would take 2 hours on its own.
Dude, it's just crazy. And then, like, obviously with, you know, Ben had some stuff going on behind the scenes, and I had dealing with the death of, you know, my grandmother, who I held very dearly. You know, lived with her for a while and all that stuff. And then we got handed a, you know, what we call the black hand, which is in Sicilian, when you get dealt the black hand, it's usually a sign of something's not fucking good is going to happen. So when we were basically handed, you know, shit with Dad. He had to go to court and fight for the will, basically. And so with all this emotions and all that stuff we're very angry. And we said, well, how about instead of taking it out on each other, let's just write it down. Let's just write everything down, you know. And to be fair, with all the stuff that we've written, it's probably our most intimate stuff, and probably the best stuff we've we've written we've wrote a lot of songs like that,
Yeah.
you know, haven't been recorded, haven't seen the light of day, and this stuff that, you know, Fraser's writing, that Ben's writing, that, you know, Braden's writing, it's unreal. It's amazing. And I think, you know, we're very excited to showcase this because we're all very now, like, obviously we're still very, you know, antsy and, you know, we don't want to be in lockdown too much longer, but we're very, you know, we're very game and eager to get out there and just start, you know, rocking and fucking just pissing everyone off. You know, we don't care like who you are anymore. Like we just, our goal is just to piss as many people off and, you know, just
make noise.
make noise and do. Don't you worry. We've made our haters. Don't you worry about that.
Yeah, we've already got a few of those.
Do you think, like, I mean, like writing music, I guess, helps you like get through a lot of that stuff?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah.
Does.
If
you
like
do
if
crazy shit like that.
even like with this lockdown and all that, even if the song never gets used, never goes beyond just being a set of words, just being able to do something that you're thinking about and putting it into action, it's relieving in a way, I guess.
Yeah.
And then a lot of good ideas for stuff we're working on at the moment is just being someone sitting there and just thinking like, how about that? How about like, this is a story I want to tell. This is what I'm thinking right now.
Yeah,
You know,
that's awesome.
We just tell the others about it and we say, well, this is what I've come up with and what do you think? And like, can we add to this? Like, is this worth going further with? So, you know, we all bounce off each other, I think, with the writing process, definitely.
That's awesome. Well, because I was gonna say too, with your like album and stuff, was it a bit of was each song kind of like had their own thing of like what someone was feeling, or was the whole album like this is what this means, or yeah?
Well,
kind of a big question. I don't know.
The thing with Hate is Equal. No, well, that's a good question actually. Well, the thing with Hate is Equal is that I walked into it with 3 songs. I walked into the band with 3 songs already written. All right.
Yeah.
And I knew that, okay, I'm joining this band. These 3 songs are not for me to touch. Obviously, the original boys and all that have written these songs. So I walked into the band with Heartbeat, like I said, Heartbeat, J.R. Joe, and Brain Damage already written.
Yep.
So at the time, we just wanted to write. At that time, it was just more like, we just want to write music. We don't give a fuck. We just want to write music. That's it.
Yeah.
You know, and at this point in time, our singer and me have adopted a nickname, Lenartney, combining Paul McCartney and John Lennon's name, because all we do is we'll sit there and we'll watch something happen, or, you know, we'll read something, or someone will say a word, and we'll just look at each other and light bulbs go off, you know. And so that's why if you listen to like Heartbeat and Brain Damage, Heartbeat and Brain Damage, those 2 songs like sort of correlate, like they're very personal, deep songs. You know, the lyrics of Heartbeat were written by our former bass player Declan Galpin about, you know, an event that he had experienced in, you know, his schooling days that, you know, that's left him scarred for life. Brain Damage is you know, it's sort of with Braden. So at that stage, it was like, okay, well, we just want to write music for the sake of writing music. So we wrote Tyrants, No Survival, and what's that other one that we refused to play? The Cause, that's right. And we refused to play that one. And so, yeah, with that, but with the newer stuff we're writing, like with the, you know, hopefully with this album, we're sort of going, all right, we're setting a message. We're trying to send a message, not only to people, but to our future selves, you know, that, hey, no matter what the circumstances are, no matter where you are in the world, no matter what the time is, you know, there's always going to be shitty moments, right? And there are ways of coping with these shitty moments. Now, whether you know, take away from that, okay, I'm going to go out and kill someone, or I'm going to go out and do, you know, charity work. It's up to you at the end of the day, ultimately. But don't expect your life to be, you know, all, you know, happy. And you need to have tragedies. You need to have, you know, absolute low moments in your life, and it sucks. You know, it sucks. So, you know, hopefully with this next album, we sort of get that across that, hey, you know, people aren't alone. We've also had, you know, shitty experiences as well, but we've just sort of go about it by writing music.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I was gonna
Yeah.
say too with like the message, is it kind of a message to yourselves to be like in your future to be like, hey, if you're going through this, go back to music, because like that'll like I guess for yourselves for the band, be like, hey, I guess yeah, I guess if you're going through something to be like, all right, like reminding yourself to like go back to the band or something like that, or is it more
Yeah.
just like in general kind of?
It's
Yeah.
we sat down once. We were sort of talking about what we wanted the idea of the album to be about, and a lot of it was like Lachlan said, but we also thought we'd put ourselves in like personally in the album, and
Yeah.
just it's showing the world that this is who we are. Like this, like as a band, this is us. Like we're letting people see what the thoughts of all of us are, and how we're thinking, how we feel. It's
That's
it's sort of like a personal experience that's like we're giving it to everyone else to have as well.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. Was it pretty daunting getting out? Because I suppose it's like very personal to all of you guys. Was it like a bit nerve-wracking getting it out to people? Kind of like, yeah.
Look, it is, but I went around it like me and Ben and Braden hadn't shared things with each other, so personal and deep before, and it got to a point where I just went, well, you know what, fuck it, man. Like we're in a band together, we're brothers. There's no need to be nervous. Like we get nervous before we go on stage, and then we're on stage, and it's just like, okay, like you become Ricky Bobby. Like what do I do with my hands? Like you go out there and you just play. You play and you forget about all your worries. So we went about it that, all right, look, we'll put it on the table and we'll tell each other the stories of the lyrics that we write and the meanings behind them, and so we're very transparent with each other. We very open.
Yeah, that's great. That's awesome. No, that's cool. It's crazy how that happens. Like, I don't know, most of the time, like when our band goes to play, like it's literally like after the first 10 seconds, like it's weird, just like you kind of just like don't think about anything.
Yeah.
Just kind of like go into it, which is really cool.
Yeah, when you hit, as soon as like the lights go out, and you hit that stage. It's just like, okay, well, I'm nervous walking up to that staircase, and as soon and you sort of like goes through your mind, because I remember I think Fraser's first ever live show was like a talent quest or something.
Yeah, it's our school shows.
Oh,
the school show,
yeah.
and like, God knows how many people we played in front of.
Did I do sound for you guys for that? Because I think someone played Seven Nation Army, and I'm pretty sure you were playing drums, Lockie.
We played.
Might have been me.
Yeah.
We played Black Sabbath. I think that was way back when.
Back in year 9 or year 10, we decided to cover year 10. I think it was.
Children of the Grave.
Yeah, we decided to cover Children of the Grave by Black Sabbath. Yeah, and it was just and that was ridiculous. Like the fucking look on people's faces. Like we didn't really expect people to know who Black Sabbath was, right?
Yeah.
Like, we didn't expect people to know him.
We were sitting there and we were like, why are we going to play some song that everyone's expecting? Like, why don't we just play something like that we're going to go out there and people are going to be like, what the hell is this?
Yeah. And showcase who we are, and not we can play 4 chords. Yeah, playing 4 chords is brilliant. It gets a lot of people everywhere, but it's like, that's not us, man. Like, we don't like playing acoustic 4 chord songs about heartbreak and, fucking walking in the winter barefoot and whatever.
Yeah.
Like, we want to go up on stage and we want to have fun, man. We want to have fun. We want to jump around, play, guitar solos, even if they're terrible guitar solos.
Yeah,
like,
100%.
just have fun. And, so we decided to play that instead. And
what did people say? Were people like, this is whack? Or were they like, oh, this is sick?
It was I reckon it was mixed, but apart from that, I think it was.
I remember I was just laughing to myself that we chose like the most like depressing song for our end of year celebration day, and I just thought it was so funny.
That's great.
Yeah.
Which
Playing Black
song
Sabbath
did you guys
songs.
play?
We did Children of the Grave for the talent quest, and I remember I think it was like the final week of year 10 or something. They got us to play at a lunchtime performance or something. We had like an hour and a half or like a whole headlining set. And I think we ended up doing, we did like some Blink-182. So like, mind you, Catholic school. So
yeah. Oh yeah, we got in trouble for doing Highway to Hell. That's how bad it was.
Really?
So, yeah, at a Catholic school, and we're playing, Highway to Hell, and we're doing Damn It by Blink-182. And
did you do Stairway to Heaven after that, just to like dampen the blow, or was it just like, nah?
Nah, man, no, we were all about, that hard rock, and it was funny
Yeah.
because at that particular school, you don't tell people you're a rock musician there because that school very likes to live in the past, and they thrive off their one success, a band that came out who I'm very close with, the singer of that band, Mystery Rocky Ravik. That band came out of that school, and oh, what's that? You're a rock musician? Oh, you'll never amount to what Mystery did and all this shit. And I'm like, shut up, man. Like,
Oh.
and it's funny. Like, I don't even think the guys from Mystery like the school anymore. Like, you guys are like delusional.
I feel like every school is kind of like that.
Oh
They,
yeah,
live off that
especially
one,
like I said,
that
like
one big artist that had that one time.
yeah. There was that one time this person went to America, and so what? Like, what are they amounting to today? Like, it's
I think we're about
whatever.
to jump out of time, but I'll jump over to the next
No worries.
the next session, and we'll do it. But yeah, I'll see you guys in a sec.
No worries, bye.
Cool. Well, yeah. Welcome back. What were we talking
Here we
about?
are again.
Yeah. Oh shit. What were we talking about before? Someone was telling a story. Shit, I couldn't interrupt the story.
We're talking about the school. The school.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's right.
so
Schools
the
and stuff.
school
Yeah.
phase.
Oh man. Yeah, because I
I
was
think
gonna
that-
ask too, like, what your if your school was like kind of accepting of like, I don't know, of art in general. Like, I don't know, was it like if you were different and it was kind of like,
They sort of were, but it was sort of like they'd let you play art, but it has to be what they want. It's like
Yeah,
yeah,
it was very much like
I
that.
think what I was going to say before is that the roots for this like punk rock mentality were there all the way back then, because we'd pick these songs that we'd see if we could like get away with them, like
Yeah,
like we do the Angels, like am I ever going to see your face again? And we try and get the crowd singing "No Way, Get Fuck Off" back at us. Like,
Did it ever,
we
did it
try.
ever
We,
work
we,
or nah?
few
I nearly got
times.
my head. I nearly got my head torn off.
Bro's almost got his head like kicked clean off by one of the coordinators. It was the funniest thing ever. But I do remember in year 11, we returned back to the other school, to play
We did.
a Catholic event fundraiser.
That's it.
Right? And they asked us, they said, look, just play the usual stuff that you guys usually used to play here. And we were like, beautiful, too easy. So we decided doing, and like a lot of people, there's like a lot of, families there and everything. No young kids, just, mainly teenagers, and all the teachers were there.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. We're a little bit more laid back with all the material we can play, because we're not actually at the school anymore. Like, what are they going to do? Suspend us? Like, expel us for what?
Yeah,
Like, what are you going to do?
They asked for it. They asked for the stuff.
Yeah,
to go
they
to
asked for it.
play.
They asked us
never-
to come. They asked us to come, man.
And I'll never forget this until the day I die. We were playing Am I Ever Gonna See Your Face Again? And as we started playing it, I look over, and the chick that organised the event, her face just went white. Like, she just went pale white.
Oh,
and I'm
no.
like, oh well. Like, oh well. So anyway,
We're playing it now. We're playing it.
and we got to the chorus, and I'm like, you know what? I don't think anyone's game enough to say, no way, get fucked, fuck off.
Yeah.
I'm playing, and we get to the chorus, and I look over, and here's the principal standing up with a beer in his hand, screaming it. I go, that's it.
Oh,
Well, like, where the fuck do we go from here, man? Like,
It was just perfect.
So is this
Oh,
at,
it was-
at the Catholic school? They were like doing.
yeah.
that? No
Yeah,
way.
it was at,
Shout out to
it
the
was at
principal.
night as well. It was at
That's
night.
right.
So
That's
after
awesome.
hours, and yeah, so it was a pretty fun. That was
That's
a pretty fun
hilarious.
show.
Yeah, so we had plenty of fun with the cover band. Like, we don't get together as much as maybe we'd like recently, but yeah, we've had plenty of fun.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
we get
awesome.
together,
Banging
and
it.
it's just a complete laugh fest.
Yeah, just banging away with those classic songs that we've
Yeah.
been doing for years. Just good.
Yeah. That's so good. That's so funny. Do you guys have any like band like rituals or anything like that? Like any I don't know, weird things you guys do before you play?
I'll let Fraser go first because I think he knows what I'm going to say.
Yeah.
I don't know. I might know what he's talking about. Usually, Ben in particular, we like to take a trip to the John, and we all just clear ourselves out, whatever
Yeah.
we have to do before we go on.
Nice.
Yeah, gotta unload before you reload. So
Yeah.
that
Ben is always late. He's always in there.
Ben is always late.
We're always waiting for him, and he's just.
And now that we're
sitting
talking about pre-show rituals, I'm convinced that that's his pre-show ritual.
Yeah.
Like he has to run late to the show, or like
Just
he
driving
has to
his
get
car.
there 5 minutes before. Like we have to get there 5 minutes before, like we're supposed to go on. Braden's, pre-show rituals, probably one of the most punk and Aussiest things ever. Go outside, punch a dart, and drink a whole jug of beer.
Yeah.
So my one, similar. I'll have a drink and I'll wet my hair and everything so I don't walk on stage and halfway through the set I'm sweating. So I've got that water on myself. I've drenched myself from head to toe.
Yeah, man.
Oh, especially like when you're a bigger person like me, like you got the fucking heat lights on you and you're just playing at 200
dude. Yeah, and
BPM and you're just like,
I know.
it's fucking ridiculous, man. It sucks.
Oh, it's drummer's life.
I always have to make the choice between looking cool with the hair out, but dying of sweat, or like putting it back and being able to breathe.
Oh yeah, man. I just noticed we've just got everyone's a rhythm section person here. That's cool.
Yeah.
Woo, shout out to the rhythm section.
Yeah, keeping the band going.
Yeah.
Usually, what is it, like the first to rock up and the last to leave? That's like all of us.
Yeah. Yeah, especially
That'd
me.
be right.
It's
Yeah.
like I show up and it's like, oh fuck.
That's
I always
definitely
like
one.
it's always funny. Like with that Bendigo gig, it's like, okay, loading's at 6 o'clock. I'm like, no, I'm gonna be there at fucking 4:35, right? I've
Yeah.
got the most gear, and I'm a bit of a stress head when it comes to like shows, right? I need to like everything. Like, say if you tell me like loading's gonna be at 6 o'clock with all the bands, I'm gonna rock up at 5, set up my gear first, and make sure my gear's fine. And give all the other guys, all the other bands and band members, like give them help as well. But also make sure that you're there on time as well. Because like I said, if you're the organizer and you tell me, all right, doors are open at 8, all right, and you're there at 7:50, like that's not going to fucking fly with me, man. Because then I'm running around making sure everyone's okay and everyone's ready because who else is there to do that? And I know I shouldn't be doing that, but who else is going to do it? Like, the punk scene, the thrash scene. We're
100%.
all,
And that's really good that like you do it too, because like you just know like if when stuff like that happens, it's like we're gonna run overtime. So like it's cool that like you're on it.
Yeah, exactly.
No, that's it. Would you say Bendigo was like your favorite gig? Or I suppose you had some pretty hectic stuff beforehand, but like your favorite gig you ever played, or do you have like another one that you're like that was the best gig?
With Iliterasy, I think the Bendigo pretty tough. The Bendigo, because we've done 3 shows. The Wyndham one was all right. The Wyndham one was our first gig together.
Oh, cool.
That was our first gig at the youth centre for Freezer Youth Group, whatever it's called.
Freezer's sick.
That was pretty fun.
Yeah, shout out to Freezer. Like, we've done both. We've done Freezer stuff as well.
Shout out to Cookie from Freezer and Wyndham.
Woo!
Like that was good. And then we did our album launch at the Rubik's Warehouse in Brunswick. We're opening up for Rocky Ravik because he.
Oh shit! Because
that was pretty. That was
night, I think. And then I was asking if you guys wanted to play for us.
That's right. Yeah. Good. Yeah, that's right. I remember asking you. I said, "Look, man. I said, if you're gonna come, I'll leave your name at the door just in case, and if not, whatever." But that night was pretty fun. That was pretty.
Sick. Yeah.
Because at the Wyndham gig, a lot of the people there we knew. A lot of the people that showed up were our friends and family. So that was, not saying it's a shitty gig, but it was pretty fun. It was a fun gig.
Yeah.
The Rubik's Warehouse gig, it was everyone. It was a lot of Rocky Ravik fans.
There's some real characters there.
Yeah.
There's some fucking characters there. Some characters there, man. Holy shit. I'd say the metal community in Melbourne is alive and strong. Let's say that much. But yeah, the Bendigo is probably the best gig we've ever done. Like I said, I think it's because like the build up to it was just so bullshit. We were so angry and we just went out there with that anger on stage and we put 200% into our performance, and it was just like,
yeah.
you know, it was just magnificent, and hopefully we can, you know, top that, because every time we play a show, we want to top that show. We want to top that last show. We want to put that little bit extra in.
Yeah. That's awesome. Do you guys do anything? Like, is your sound like pretty different to like the record? Like, do you guys like, I don't know, do a little bit improvisey stuff, like, or like add some extra like maybe different licks and stuff in like in your song?
Live wise, we're sort of because we're still trying to discover ourselves.
Yeah,
really.
Yeah, that's a big part of the discussions we have as a band, is what we're going to do to make ourselves stand out and be different. You know, we're always trying to think of new things to keep the show entertaining.
Because Fraser and I, as a bass player and drummer, we've been married for fucking so long together, and you know, our idols come from the same band. We try our hardest to do, you know, sort of not too much what Bonzo and John Paul Jones do, but sort of enough of it so you can sort of hear it in the way that, you know, how Fraser and I communicate on stage. You know,
that'd be really interesting
in
a punk setting as well. Like, that's cool. Like,
well, that's the thing. That's one of my things about that was, okay, well, obviously with punk, you play your 4 chords and everyone's on the same key. The thing I noticed with Fraser as well, because like I said, we're both very Zeppelin influenced. Fraser will do a John Paul Jones and not play those same chords. He will play in the same exact fucking key differently and add feel to it and add punch and rawness to it. And it's amazing. So as far as like, we're still trying to find we're still trying to come out of our comfort zone when it comes to improvisation.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, 100%. And that stuff like takes a bunch of time too. Like, it's very risky. I mean, Layers of Kind and Emerson have kind of done it like a little bit, but like it's like, oh, like this could go really wrong if I decide to do something different and everyone else isn't paying attention.
This could either go really wrong or really right.
Like, 100%. I love it when bands do that though. Like, especially like bigger bands that I've seen live and stuff. It's like when they do like different shit that you're not expecting. Like, whoa. Cool.
Exactly. Yeah.
Do you guys have like a band you like? I guess your whole band's like, hey, like we're kind of want to not. I just want to be like them, but like idolize them. Like everyone's like, all right, like we're kind of striving for that kind of vibe.
There's a few.
Yeah.
There's a fair few.
Yeah.
Private function. Private function. Like, look, the way that we put it is, there's a punk scene in Melbourne, but it's not like, and Melbourne's got its own sound when it comes to punk.
Yeah.
Like, in a way, like you listen to Private Function and they are very like distinct. Yeah. So we sort of like want to do what Private Functions do. We sort of want to make Melbourne punk a massive, like, not obviously like world domination would be fucking brilliant. Like, don't get me wrong. We're starting a wave of, starting, like what the Poms did back in the 70s with the British invasion. It'd be amazing, but we sort of want to start like a revolution with like, Melbourne punk sound and make Melbourne punk its own sounding thing.
Want it to be its own thing that stands out. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so we're all mutually agree with like, Private Function, Iggy Pop, GBH, Black Flag, all those hardcore big boys as well. So
yeah, that's awesome. But it's funny you say that too, because like I've been to like a lot of Melbourne punk bands for a while, but like I didn't really know there was I guess a Melbourne punk sound until like earlier this year. I met this girl Tish, she's going to be on the podcast soon too. Shout out to Tish. But literally, like, I think there was like we played this festival. It was like a house party called Jizz Fest. It was kind of funny. It was something.
Nice punk name.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds about right for a punk event.
Yeah. No, it was pretty funny, but it was cool. Like, after that, like I met a bunch of people and literally I think it was like the rest of like probably like another 4 weeks after that, like I went and saw like Private Function and like a bunch of other bands. I think I saw Garlic Nun as well. And I didn't really like listen to much of that stuff, and I didn't know there was like that Melbourne sound, right? And then I was like, oh shit, like there's actually like a thing like going on here.
Yeah, it's a thing.
Yeah.
And we aim to please.
Yeah. That's awesome. What was the show? What was the Private Function show like when you guys went? to the gig.
Oh no, we didn't go. We didn't end up going because the private function show was cancelled.
Yeah.
Oh right, yeah. Sorry, yeah.
Because it was private function, and then the day after, or 3 days after, it was the Exploited was supposed to play.
Yeah.
And then as soon as private function cancelled, the Exploited weren't going to cancel, and then obviously shit hit the fan.
Yeah.
Shit hit the fan,
Yeah.
and then everything got shut down. So it's unfortunate because private function is one of those bands that fuck. Okay, these guys are from Melbourne and they're making it big,
Yeah.
you know, and these guys have a sound and they're just amazing. Like those blokes are just fucking insane.
Yeah, they're on top. They're getting. I'm not sure what the chart was, but they were
I think they're on the Arias.
Yeah, they hit number one. I think
number
on
one.
something.
Yeah,
so high, and I was like, whoa, especially that sound, whoa.
yeah, 100%.
Yeah, they've all got they're all they got their own characters as well, which is very good to see.
Yeah.
There's less of those characters around these days in bands. You know, they're definitely out there, but maybe less common than they used to be. You know?
Yeah, 100%. Shit, that means that maybe. Oh, I might have seen the last private function show in Melbourne, maybe because I went and saw them. They did I don't know. I think it was their last song. They did a cover of "Living in the End." About Linkin Park. Living in the End. What is it called?
In the end.
Yeah, in the end. That's
the Linkin Park song. Yeah.
Yeah. And I like the end of their show, and I was like, what? This is totally not what I was expecting, but it was sick.
Yeah.
Totally mind blowing. Yeah, their live show is sick, and I felt really bad too because I didn't know about them until two mates dragged me along, and I was like, oh
yeah,
shit.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's awesome. Do you guys have any? What's your favorite piece of gear you've got at the moment? And do you guys have any dream gear you want to get? I suppose it's probably unlimited. Because for me, it's the same. So much.
Yeah. who wouldn't love to own Dave Grohl's studio where he's got 30 drum kits set up?
Yeah.
The drum kit for every day of the month.
Drum kit for every day of the month, man.
Yeah. 100%. All I want is Dave Grohl's what's this? The Songs for the Deaf album. I just want that drum sound for everything.
Oh, yeah.
If I could just have that, I'll be fine. It's just...
That's a hard question though, because at the moment my dream kit is the kit that I've been playing on for ages, since I was 2. So
yeah, what do you got? What's your...
So I've got a Pearl 1998 Export. Yeah, so it was one of the
cream
last.
Color on it? Is it the cream? I think
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one that you played on it. Yeah,
that was sick. Yeah.
That kit's older than me. It was my dad bought it brand new in '98. And then the last of the exports with the deep toms. So I'm very happy that I've got that. But if I'd have to say dream kit, probably a John Bonham, either a Vistal kit or just any John Bonham spec kit.
Did you have a fat ass bass drum?
Fat bass drum. I'd have fucking 2 timpanis, a gong. Mate.
Million cymbals to choose from.
Yeah.
What about you, Fraser? What do you rock?
The same. I'd get if I had that kind of money, I'd buy the John Paul Jones signature bass in a heartbeat.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Good choice.
Yeah, it's just you can get that classic sound from the Led Zeppelin days, and you could also, if you wanted, to get the weird prog stuff he made on his own that no one expected from him.
Yeah. I haven't listened to much of that stuff because I listened to the Crooked. Is it these Crooked Vultures?
Crooked Vultures.
Really
yeah.
cool.
Oh, mate, that's a band and a half.
They're so sick.
Yeah.
But I didn't realize
that's a super group and a half.
Yeah, so sick. I really want a Rickenbacker or any Ludwig kit would be sick, a really high end Ludwig.
100%.
I've been obsessing over Gibson RDs. I don't know if you've seen those.
Oh yeah.
I
love RDs, man. Ever since seeing ever since the first time I ever watched a video of Ghost playing live, and they had these weird looking. They had the RDs at that time. They were playing Gibson RDs instead of I think who whoever they're playing now.
Yeah.
I remember looking at these guitars, I'm like, fuck, that's almost like an Explorer, but like mashed with an SG and just lopsided and fucked.
Yeah,
and
right.
sick.
Right.
Weird.
It's weird looking.
Yeah, 100%. They're super like different, but like they're so cool. I think obviously I was listening to Cancer Bats. They're like a metal band from Canada. They're kind of like party metal. But I saw them play, and I saw like the Gibson, and I was like, oh my god, that's my dream bass. I think the guy from Nirvana used to play them as well.
Yeah. Chris Novoselic used to play one as well.
Yeah.
Fuck. Yeah, that's he played one on live at Reading Festival or something, maybe, I think.
Yeah, because they recently brought out a new, I think it's like a reissue of.
Yeah, because they've started to bring him out again.
Yeah.
I was like, one day.
One day I'll have 12 grand to buy a shell pack. That's about it.
Exactly.
No skin. That doesn't cover shit.
Eventually.
Specifics like I guess like string gauges or even like drum skins and stuff, like any kind of specific ones or you kind of stick with. I'm a pinstripe guy, but
yeah, I've got at the moment I use Remo Ebony double layer skins. So I get a very 80 thrash tone out of them. A very Vinnie Paul, like a real Vinnie Paul sound is the way I can explain it.
Yeah. Cool.
That and I use ProMark sticks and 5As or 5B sticks is where I'm at. I tried a lot. I ruined myself because I ended up using. I refused to use stock sticks and I just used signature sticks for a while because the Danny Carey sticks were probably one of the thickest and heaviest sticks I've ever used. Yeah. And one of the best. And I recorded all of Haters Equal with those sticks and I destroyed them the first show we ever did. But yeah, so yeah, probably just the stock, those pretty much.
Yeah, awesome. I need to get more into ProMark stuff because I think I tried them a little bit and I really liked them. And then I think Vic Firth, I'm not sure if they're bigger or not, but I just kind of sold them more often, so I was I'll just get those.
they're massive.
What about you? What are you, Fraser? Do you are you standard gauge and stuff?
Yeah, usually go for the standard, but funnily enough, the UK the swing strings, you wouldn't think of it. They have that punk sound to them. It works somehow.
Those are the ones that come in the orange pack.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are the ones that Steve Harris from Iron Maiden uses.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, they're branded for swing, that kind of cheesy kind of music, but
yeah,
they get that sound. They have that sound, yeah.
Oh shit, is that all Ernie Ball?
Not sure.
No, they're their own company.
Yeah, I think they're their own. Yeah.
Dope. I literally the only reason I picked Ernie Ball is because they have all the artists that use them on the back. And I was like, Death from Above, Caius, okay, they must be alright.
It's definitely very encouraging to see your favourite bands written on the back.
You look at the back and you go, look at that. Oh, Jared Barnes uses these strings now.
Yeah. Oh, it's awesome. It's awesome. This is a bit off topic, but do you guys have any ghost stories? I've been asking everyone. It's okay if you don't. Some people don't, but I don't know. You seen any weird shit?
There's some weird shit in the band room. That's for sure.
There's some weird shit in the band room.
We have I think the best one is there's a fridge in the band room that we have for drinks to keep us They've got soft drinks and stuff in there, but in the more importantly, off to the side there's a bottle of milk that went out of date in February, I think, and it's still in there. So
it's a haunted bottle of milk.
Yeah, I think there's something moving in it. I think there's something living in it. Yeah.
What shade of green is it now?
We don't know. I don't even think Brayden knows, and he lives there.
The scary thing is the bottle's starting to expand. So one of these days it's gonna,
Yeah, it's gonna explode, and then we're evacuating that garage and breaking up the band. We're never playing ever again in that garage.
So any day now that milk's gonna break free.
I guarantee we said it because I don't know what possessed Brayden. Something. he would have had a short fuse in his brain or something. He had a smooth brain moment where he's like, "Hey, let's open the milk and like have a sniff." And I swear to God, the fucking stench of this milk.
Oh no!
What the contents of this milk bottle is what is going to really kill COVID-19. Like it is so
we were saying-
potent.
Got your own virus
Yeah,
going
we
on.
were saying the other day,
Oh, it's fucked.
you just give it a swig and you'd be cured of anything.
Oh man, that's hardcore. That's
Yeah,
cool.
it's
man.
horrifying.
That's a good ghost story, guys. That's a good ghost story.
Oh yeah, don't worry
That's
about
the
that.
closest. That's the closest thing we've got to a ghost story.
What's this is a bit of a tough one, but what's your favorite song to play live?
Brain damage.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
Go on,
I
go on.
have to go off our prac so far, but yeah, it's definitely brain damage.
Brain damage is always like, especially like that breakdown. You know, the guitars are still ringing, and
Yeah.
Braden commands the crowd. Fucking, your last chance to go absolutely ballistic and ape shit. And then we start play slow, and then it just. As soon as that canning comes in, that's the one thing that I always look forward to is that canning to go into that fast skank beat, because without fail, every time we play it live, Ben always looks at me and he just, he yells, he counts it down for me so I know.
That's
it's
awesome.
Ben,
Great damage, man.
Ben loves a good countdown.
Ben loves a good countdown. And
Because
that
I was
man,
gonna say, I listened to the album. I was like, that's a sick. Like, it's probably. I was gonna say it's like one of my favorite songs too, because it was like it's such a sick way to end like the album, because it's like the cool breakdown stuff. And I was like, yeah. Sounds
well,
epic.
there was no argument there when there was a little bit of like an argument, like not arguments, but like disagreements with like the order of the album, and then we all agreed like that's it. No one's got a fucking say in this, but brain damage is going last, and then everyone went, "Yep, that sounds pretty good to me."
Yeah, fuck yeah.
It's a good choice. Yeah.
You guys remind me a lot of I don't know if you guys listen to the band Comeback Kid. They're from like America. I'll send them to you. You
I
might
think
like
I've
them.
heard him.
I don't think so.
But I was like, yeah. I mean, for me, like it's a common. I fucking love that band. But yeah, as soon as I listened to them, I was like, oh fuck, that sounds a bit like that. It's very sick. But yeah,
listen to.
go. What's the best? Another controversial question. What's the best live show you've ever been to? There's another tough one.
Oh fuck.
That is hard.
Oh, I went to. Fuck, I've been to a few. Oh,
Sorry, guys.
I'm tossing between two. I'm torn between two of them.
I know what mine is. It's not punk rock or nothing. I went with Lachlan and Ben.
Yeah.
We went to go see. We went to see Muse in 2017 whenever they came here.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. Yeah,
was
either
mental.
like I said, like Muse or Slayer. Slayer's last show.
Oh,
last
yeah.
year.
Oh, because you saw him at download.
Download.
Did you see him at download?
Yeah.
Same. Oh my god.
Yeah, so like, either Muse. They're both tied. I think it was like with Muse, it's because like Fraser got me into Muse, and then I just got heavy into him. I'm like, what the fuck are these guys doing? Like,
Yeah.
they don't make a set genre. Like these guys went from playing rock, punk, grunge to fucking techno to dubstep, and now like pop, and like it's just like whoa shit. Like
But
this
they
is
have-
just
the light shows that they have these projections and everything going on in the background. It's just
Awesome.
if you have epilepsy, just don't go. Don't go to the Muse show.
yeah.
You'll have at least 10 fits.
There's
That's
just a million
awesome.
colors at all times when they're playing.
Yeah.
Because it's crazy.
Yeah.
Because like I remember when I got into them, and it was like really good riffs, and then just like the production, like
Oh, it
oh
was
my
amazing.
god, like how do they get that guitar to sound that fucking good? Like,
Yeah, exactly. And it's
oh.
just like he's playing a Telecaster, but it sounds exactly like a Gibson.
Yeah.
Like, and then he's got that like Matthew Bellamy. He's got that fucking signature guitar with like the touch pad on it. Like the effects touchpad, that built-in thing, and that threw me
it's
off
just-
guard. Like,
They've got stuff like that where it's just like, where did that even come from? Like,
yeah, and I think
like
even when we went and saw
Chris-
him, I think it was the first time Fraser and I saw that touch bass.
Yeah, that's what I was about. It's Chris Watson's. He's got the bassist. He's got like an iPad built into his bass where he like taps it and like swipes his fingers and it makes these just sounds. It's just like how.
I'm gonna have to Google that. I'm skeptical.
Yeah.
I think it's called a
I don't know,
Manson Manson Katana bass. I think that's what they call
Yeah.
it. Manson Katana E bass. And they're like, I remember Fraser and I were like looking at this thing like in person. We're just like, what the fuck is this
Whoa.
thing? Like,
So he
This
rips
is-
like
it is.
Hysteria with that.
Oh yeah,
it's
he's another major inspiration for me. Just because songs like that, he just like it's like mental. Like just like
Effortless.
and he
For a
does,
man
he does it so casually. He just walks around like it's like, oh man.
For a man that was originally the drummer for Muse and ended up playing bass instead, like he's a killer bass player.
Yeah, that's awesome. Shit. Because what have you guys been listening to music a lot lately? Like, what have you guys been pumping like recently?
Ooh, probably PF's new album.
Yep.
Quite a fair bit.
Ah.
That's always on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's dope. That's dope. Did you see they did that sticker thing? I don't know if you
Yeah,
guys know that.
yeah.
It's like, oh, I wish I lived in Melbourne. I could have done that.
Yeah.
It's sick. Well, yeah. Like, thanks for coming on, guys.
No worries, man. Likewise.
Yeah.
Thank you
No,
for
it's
having us.
Fat chats. Damn. Mad DMs.
Yeah, thanks. Man.
100%.
Yeah, hell yeah. Well, oh, dude, man, COVID's finished. We're gonna play a gig. It's gonna be so sick.
100%, man. 100%, brother.
Is
We
there
are
anything you
keen.
guys want to plug or anything, or like any stuff? Spotify is gonna be there.
Oh, for Spotify's there, well, don't forget, for all the viewers, go listen to Lazy Loops if you haven't. Go do yourself a favour. Like,
Right, dude, I literally plug my band every episode. You don't have to.
well, now,
That's right.
well, now we
Don't
have a
you
second
forget.
opinion, so.
Yeah. Don't you forget, go listen to it or else we're gonna come after you.
So, yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Oh hell yeah! Well, yeah, dudes. I'll catch you next one. When you guys bring out new shit, let me know and we'll have you back on.
100%, man. 100%.
Excellent.
Hell yeah!
Thanks.
Catch you next one, guys. Peace out.
Thank you very much, brother.
Bye.
Take care.